and welcome back to my channel, Sim Talk. Guys, I'm going to make this a short video. I know I've said this before, but it is going to be a short one. It is 11:30 at night on the 6th of November. I've wanted to do this video for a few days now, but it has been extremely busy. Some of you may have noticed I'm wearing a Jamaican t-shirt. Okay, there's no flag, but these are the Jamaican colours. My lovely cousin kindly purchased this from Jamaica recently. So on that topic, on that note, well, let me explain. My parents were born in Jamaica. I was born in the UK, but very much attached to my Jamaican culture and my Jamaican people, and it's been absolutely devastating to observe what's been going on in Jamaica with Hurricane Melissa. Very, very close to home. I've got relatives both from my dad's side. My dad is deceased many years ago, but I still have family from my dad's side in Jamaica, and I have family from my mum's side, and I hope my cousin from the UK doesn't mind me sharing this. But also my cousin had travelled out, I believe it was a few days before the hurricane, and thank God him and his family are okay, just like the rest of my family, but I can't imagine the trauma that they experienced during that time. And so I do feel quite helpless. I'm someone that naturally cares and wants to make a difference, like a tangible difference, but I think I've been a bit caught up with where I should donate, who I should donate. I want Jamaican people, the ones that are in need, to get the money and the resources that they need. I don't want it to, I think some of you know what I'm trying to say, but I know that there's a government, an official government website, which I may post up on here, and they're saying that that's legit. Sadly to hear that they are scammers, and it just makes me think, how do these people sleep at night? Like, you're scamming people that have just gone through one of the most devastating times of their lives. I was really pleased to read the other day that my eldest son, his school, which is a special school, are asking for donations towards the hurricane relief. So I am gonna, because I was even thinking, should I get a barrel? I've never done it before. I've got loads of clothes that I was going to give to the charity anyway. Some clothes I haven't worn, or my children haven't worn. But it's just amazing to see that so many people across London, across the UK, in other countries as well, are coming together. But yeah, I'm definitely going to contribute financially, and also with some of the resources that we have here. So if there is anyone from Jamaica or Jamaican out there, I just want to say that our hearts and our prayers are with you, and we'll pull through. Absolutely heartbreaking, but I just wanted to do this video as well to mention about how, and I know we're no longer in Black History Month, but I don't feel like we should be confined to the month of October. Okay, we're 6 days into November, but I just wanted to share, recently I'd shared one or two shorts, YouTube shorts, where I tried to donate blood. And this was with my friend Shanice, and we've been talking about it a long time. I don't know if any of you remember a video I did. Those that have been subscribed to me from the start, and as I said, I think next February, 2026 will mark 4 years. I did an interview, I think about 3 years ago, with Junior, and Junior shared his experience with suffering from sickle cell. And yeah, it's taken a while, but you know, that interview really did touch me. And I thought, yeah, I know this channel is about raising awareness, but also I'm learning from those I'm interviewing. And the plan is, guys, I know you're seeing different things. I'm quite a creative person, so I want to do the little short videos as well, where I might be just, trying to be creative with music, and then also, the interviews as well as various other things. But Junior's interview really touched me, and I thought, how can I just listen and then be like, all right, Junior, have a good life. So it took so long, but we finally went to Westfield in Stratford, and I did a bit of research the day before. It was all very kind of like, spoke to my friend and it was like, let's go tomorrow. I'm free, are you? And I did a bit of research and I thought, surely this isn't right, because you never hear about issues relating to not being able to give blood. And so I was like, no, I'll still go and seek clarity, once I get there. But it basically had a whole list of things, if you've experienced it or if you've had them, which I believe maybe even tattoos as well, you can't give blood. So I saw about transfusions, and it said if you've had a transfusion since 1980, and I'm thinking I wasn't even born then, so you're done for if you've, after that year, if you were born and had a transfusion, but that you can't give blood. And I was like, so to give you some context, my 6-year-old, he's going to be 7 in Feb, when I had an emergency. Didn't feel urgent, but I couldn't progress with the labour, so I had a C-section and I lost a lot of blood, and I had a blood transfusion. So yeah, that was 2019, and I just didn't think it would be an issue. And when I got to the blood centre, spoke to the guy, receptionist, and they said, oh, I'll pass you over to someone else. Spoke to him. He seemed quite, he said, I don't think it should be an issue, we just need to find out a bit more information, we'll get you speaking to the nurse. And I wish I had my camera. I was like, can I film you? But you've got to go through certain procedures to, if there's anything like filming, you've got to kind of get authorization from the top. So basically what she was saying is, where blood donors, their blood is trapped. So say for example, like my friend, she was successful, like no issues, and she got a text a few days later to say, thank you for donating blood, your blood has been sent to that hospital, this hospital, so it's trapped. And what this nurse said to me is, if something goes wrong, if the is it recipient of your blood then becomes ill, for example, then they'll trace it back. So I guess because my blood, is mixed with someone else's, they can't. So I was really disappointed. Yeah, I was really disappointed, but I'm glad I tried. And the reason why I mention about Black History Month is that statistically, us as a community, the black community, are very low in numbers when it comes to donating blood. And honestly, what I witnessed a couple of weeks ago is how quick it was. My friend went in and she had a blood screening so they could just make sure that everything was okay. And once that was fine, she got her biscuits and everything, you know. It's so organised. It's such a lovely centre, so clean. You've got posters everywhere, like just talking about how important blood donation is, how it can save 3 lives, up to 3 lives. And within 5 minutes of them, you know, connecting her, and you heard a beep, it was done. It was done. So it was kind of mixed feelings for me. I was like, yay, Shanice, but for me. But at the same time, I'm glad I tried. So I guess this is also an appeal to everyone and anyone, regardless of your race, but particularly the black and ethnic minority groups. We are not the ones really, we're not forthcoming with giving blood. So I ask you, please, it's not as traumatic as you think it is. If, for example, you've had a blood transfusion, well, then you know my situation. You're not likely to be successful, especially if it was after 1980. But other things, you can check it out on the internet or just go to your local blood centre, you know. But let's start saving lives. And I guess it ties in with my original point as well. When I started to speak about Jamaica, there's a lot of as you know, if there's anyone from Jamaica watching this, and I know there was some areas that weren't hit, like Kingston, or not hit badly as some other areas, and there's also a cry for help for more blood donors, because you can imagine there's been injuries during the hurricane. So please, if there's anyone in Jamaica and you're not sure and you're able to, please give blood. So I guess this is like an international an international message out there. If you're from China, if you're from Russia, give blood if you can, because it saves lives. Okay, remember, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon, but we're in this together. Take care. Good night.